Greetings, everyone. This is my little remembering of a one of the most, well, probably the most remarkable experiences of my life, and the man who made that experience possible. Some of you have already heard me speak of Audley Allison, so you'll not be surprised that he's the person that I uh, have chosen to recall with the fondest of memories. The event or the experience that he gifted to me was in 1982. And I was having a minor surgery that required general anesthesia, or that I chose to have general anesthesia during, so that I wouldn't feel the pain. And he asked me, when I told him I was a little concerned about the anesthesia, he asked me what day and exactly what time the appointment was. Um, so, as it turns out, given that he was a bona fide, super mystic yogi person, he used that opportunity of me being um, under anesthesia to take me on a little road trip into the realms that I normally would resist going into. My personality, my conscious mind, I guess. All I know is that he took me on a road trip during the brief 5 or 10 minutes that I was under anesthesia, and um, along in that journey, that road trip, there were several stopping points. There were several roadside attractions, if you will. Um, each one of them divided by was a state of consciousness, a kind of a perspective on this thing, this reality, this existence that we're living in. Um, and between each of those different um, realities, planes, dimensions, whatever you want to call it, between them, there was a void. And so there was this experience, this state of awareness, and then a void. And then the next a pit stop, and then a void. There was like nothing. And then the next pit stop. And so the one I'm going to talk about today is one that he called the White Island. And it was several stops down the road. And it was an amazing experience. All of them were amazing experiences, but this one was, I had three perspectives on this particular plane. One was when I first arrived. I was outside of this circle of beings. It looked to me, I experienced them as beings, men with long white hair and long white robes, standing in a circle. And my first perspective was that I saw from outside the circle of beings. Then immediately I'm now one of those beings, and as one of those beings I had a perspective. I had like a dimension. I had a piece of the puzzle of wisdom. There was knowledge. Each of those beings were representatives of an aspect of knowledge, of wisdom, that laws or principles or archetypes that underlie the reality that we are living in. Um, and so I had one perspective. I was one archetype. I had one whatever, one role, one piece of wisdom in the grand puzzle. And then the third experience, very quickly, I was in the center of the circle. And in the center of the circle, I was receiving all of the wisdom of all of the different um, um, beings or aspects of wisdom in the circle. And it was all pouring into me. And at that moment, I was omniscient. I understood everything. There was absolutely nothing that I didn't know. And with that omniscience came a profound peace, just a remarkable, just the peace that passes understanding. It was like I didn't have to like worry about what anything. I understood it all, and it was like, okay, got it. It was really kind of nice. So, obviously nice. I've obviously never forgotten that. It took me, it was shocking at the time. Um, it sort of threw my personality into a little bit of a tailspin. Um, a little bit of a psychological disturbance at the time. Like I said, it was back in 82. So I was, like 29 years old, something like that. So I was pretty young. And over the course of my life, it has continued to sort of be incorporated into my personality and into my perspective on life and my values. And possibly plays a role in my wisdom seekers endeavors that I've been doing online and then that I'm wanting to do now in person. And so, yeah, it major role in forming who I am. Um, and what can I say? Having Audley in my life was the greatest gift that I could never imagine. And so, with all my heart and soul, I love him and will be appreciative um, as long as am conscious. I definitely hope that and expect that we'll probably meet again. It couldn't be fast enough. I could not have him back in my life and playing his wonderful role. Um, Tomorrow wouldn't be soon enough. So anyway, that's my little story, and I appreciate it. Thank you for listening.